So this is me on the final one of these things talking about the series, and I'm not in Budapest anymore, I'm now in Benidorm. Hello there everybody, this is me in Benidorm for what is perhaps the last of these videos, Waffle videos. And I arrived on Sunday, no, I arrived on Saturday and I slept through Sunday and now this is Monday. This is the flat. Here we are in the flat. Let's just check out the weather. So hopefully you can see we're now the 28th, Monday the 28th, and today it's meant to be sunny for a bit and then raining in the afternoon, and then tomorrow it's meant to be raining again and stormy and thundering, and then after that it's cloudy, and then we get 2 decent days of sun, the only 2 decent days of sun, and then it's back to being cloudy and raining again. So by this Thursday it's going to be 24 degrees and hot. This is the apartment. So that's my junk on the table. What have we got? Pictures on the wall, and my day bag, a couple of pairs of shoes, and dining room table with my hat on it, and my back brace and passport. And we also have a kitchen with microwave, kettle, fridge, freezer, all the usual stuff. And then in here we've got the bathroom, the sink and a shower and washing machine and boiler, toilet. And out here is outside. See the view from my bathroom. Which is fairly decent. And then mirror, umbrella, and plant. We've got a big TV, not that I ever use that, a fan, a heater, and then in here we have the master bedroom with 1, 2, 3 beds in it, another TV, some nice pictures on the wall, stuff like that. So that's the master bedroom. Some nice art, and that looks more like Switzerland. I've also got the balcony. Let's just check out the balcony whilst we're here. You can see this morning it's fairly sunny, although it's not gorgeously warm. So let's just check it out. So here we are in Benidorm. The last time I stayed here we were staying at the Nerio, which is just over there. It's not too far away. And the Nerio is right at the bottom of the strip where we were before. And right at the bottom of the strip is an indoor shopping centre, which is right there. Not you can see much of it. That's the shopping centre, and then across the road from that is the Muriel, and that's where we are. So this is basically the New York of the Mediterranean, because it's full of skyscrapers as far as you can see. All the way over there. There. So it's fairly sunny. You can see in the garden down there, got lemon trees growing. It's very good. We've got owls from the roof of this thing, which are real, and we've also got some palm trees people know about. It's off season, so I don't think the pool is open. And I don't think much is open, to be honest. But it's been raining heavily all last night and all yesterday and all the day before, so all things pretty waterlogged at the moment. We've also got some more pictures out here and the usual stuff. So that's my tour of the room, so that I can remember my stick. Yeah, that's my tour of the room, so I can remember what this place looks like in a few years. And there is cars on the wall. That looks like 1920s, and by the time you get to the 1930s, we've got a streamlining. You can usually tell by the wheels. These wheels are terrible and they're alright. So we look at this side, that's obviously a 1920s car, and then by the time you get to the 30s, they look like that. So, it's interesting. We've also got a clock on the wall, it's now 10 o'clock in the morning, and various bits and bats like that. So, that's my apartment. It cost me, it's off season at the moment, so it cost me basically £45 a night. If I hadn't have had this bookmark on my computer, I'd be absolutely knackered. So that was the price list summary. That's what I've paid for this rental apartment. It's on holiday lettings, and if this camera can actually, there you go, so that's what it is. Okay, so I've just had a top tip from my landlady. Instead of going through the hotel holiday lettings place, if you go through Airbnb, then you'll get the same apartment. That's this apartment I'm staying at now. You'll get it a lot cheaper. So with Airbnb, this is where I'm staying at the moment, the Bermuda's apartments. You can see prices start from £43 a night all the way through, so you can pick up an apartment for any price, to be honest. And this is the apartment that I'm staying in at the moment. So even though it says on the bottom €68, if you get in touch with the landlady direct, she'll actually do you a great deal, because this Airbnb is actually €200 cheaper than booking it through holiday lettings. So if you get in touch with the landlady direct, she'll give you a really great price on this apartment. And you can see it's fairly central to everything, and obviously this place is very much near the beach. There's tons and tons of apartments around this area, and even tons and tons of apartments in the Bermuda's complex that I'm in at the moment. So you can look, that's a penthouse, cooker, you know, ensuite, everything. So that's a great apartment. That one's got a double bed, full kitchen, washing machine, all the rest of it. And this one, kind of full fitted bathroom, penthouse apartment, full suite, kitchen, dining room, lounge area, and all this lot which is a heck of a lot cheaper. Look at that, 35 quid a night. That's what it says, 35 quid a night for that luxury penthouse apartment. So, apart from the bedroom, which is pretty crap, but apart from that, I mean, you can't get anything in the UK for 35 quid a night. So, and there's tons of apartments in this complex, some of them more expensive than others, some of them more luxury than others, so you can just go through all the various apartments in the same build. This is just the one building that we're talking about here. So if you go through Airbnb, definitely book it through that, and then it's going to be a lot cheaper. And she took me to Albia, which is the next place on the map. She took me to a big supermarket in the heart of Albia, which is basically the next town on from Benidorm. And there's like a Roman museum there as well. There's a Camelot theme park based on Robin Hood, and Roman aqueducts and that kind of thing. It's a very quiet place, is Albia, and then you've got Altea a bit further on. So if you didn't want the hustle and bustle of Benidorm, you can always go to the next place along, find some apartments, and that's going to be a lot cheaper than getting a hotel. So here we are on day 4, and we managed to get to the supermarket yesterday in Albia. So let's see what we managed to get. Hard boiled eggs, already hard boiled, and we've got goat's cheese over here, some yogurts, we've got some pineapple, already mashed up pineapple in here, and we've got freshly squeezed Seville orange juice from real oranges using an orange squeezing machine. And what else have we got? Some rice, ready cooked rice, and some pasta. We've also got some pizzas, carbonara, and Polo pizza. We've got some fresh vegetables in here, which is fish paste, some pate, some olives. Down here we've got fresh lasagna, freshly cooked lasagna, freshly cooked spaghetti carbonara, and freshly cooked bolognese in here. And then we've got some freshly cooked potatoes in here. Then we've got some cheese, some decent cheese, and this is a potato and onion quiche thing, or an omelette basically. So this is me editing Viracop, which is currently being played in the Lemon Amiga competition. I managed to edit about 8 minutes of it today before I became knackered. I broke off at about maybe 1 o'clock, and it's now, I've just been asleep for 3 hours, it's now 20 past 4. So I slept for 3 hours trying to recover from working on this thing for an hour. So that's basically it, because it's a very slow laptop. It takes a long time to do anything with it anyway. So anyway, it's meant to be a bit warmer tomorrow, But for today it's been raining and cold and miserable and all the rest of it. So I've just been out here watching the birdies drinking from that pool over there. All kinds of birdies. And again, it's off season, everything's really windy out there. And you can see the palm trees have got dates on there and everything. And that's the Hotel Rosamar over there. Rosamar, if you know Benidorm at all. So that's what I'm doing today. Not much, and maybe I'll get some more time tomorrow. I'm hoping that I've got enough energy to at least get out somewhere tomorrow. And here is my meal and salad. And look at that, they even give you not only olive oil but vinegar as well. So that's certainly looking a lot tastier than what I usually have to eat. Hello again. So now, even though you can't really see much, I'm now preparing to go outside. It's now day 4. Right, it's day 5. Can you believe that? Day 5. So let's prepare, hopefully, to go out. So the first thing we need to do to put onto my insanely scrawny body is my back brace. So let's attempt to put that on. And this thing that you can see wearing around my neck, hopefully, is actually a priceless Carthaginian warrior's mask that I bought, which has been dug out of a graveyard in New Media, wherever it was. And that's made out of glass, and it's a big one, which proves it came from a mighty warrior. I thought it would help with protection, which it does, and I bought it to see if it would give me a bit of energy, which I don't think it does. So I bought that. I think it was 25 quid or whatever it was. But it's kind of priceless because it's unique, it's one of a kind. And usually those things are a lot smaller. Maybe a quarter of the size, so whoever this belonged to must have been a mighty warrior. So that's about 2,200 years old, which is quite something, isn't it? So let's get all of our stuff on. Hopefully we can go for a walk, check out our sunny day. It's 22 degrees. You might be able to see my stick. Proper walker's walking stick. Because the amount of times I see old people bending down with a walking stick doing this, well, it's going to do you back in if you do that, isn't it? You can't be bending down. So how they don't get a bad back is beyond me. Let's just tighten this up a bit more. Hopefully. There you go. Oh, that feels a bit better. outside the Nerio Hotel, which is just across from that big shopping complex in the marketplace that you might remember from the holiday game. And here we are again at the secret garden. You can see that they've managed to fill it in. It doesn't exist anymore. There's no secret garden. Fountain's still over there. No secret garden. Just around the corner from the beach, and we're trying to find the secret beach. See the secret beach is down there, but most of the sand is washed away. It's fairly quiet. That's the secret beach, just 10 minutes walk from Benidorm, fairly quiet. Up there, hopefully, we need to get to the secret cave. So the water's beautiful. Nice azure colour. So that's where we're going. So here we are at the entrance to the secret cave. It's pretty difficult to get down here because the path just stops. You have to crawl down a sheer cliff face to get down here. And there's no other path to get down here, I don't suppose. This is the secret cave. There. secret cave. Really worth going down here if you want to risk your neck going down that path. It's all worn away since just got back. When I was climbing up that cliff to get out, the end of my stick broke off. This little thing here, so I had to climb back down to get it. I almost twisted my ankle doing that. Luckily it's not a sprain, it's just a slight twist, so obviously I'm knackered now. Set off at maybe 1 o'clock and I'm back at 3. It took me maybe half an hour, 20 minutes to get there and over an hour to get back. So luckily with these kinds of sticks you can use both hands and you can use it like you're rowing a boat. Whereas if you had a normal walking stick you can't do that. So I'm knackered now, absolutely exhausted.
La gente va como va.
Vedeme che di solito le potete freddo.
Mira, Brisa, esto es la playa.
Polno nie spadnie. Chodź, złożę tak. Chodź.
照相，你也不跟他照，在这站着，别动啊，别动啊。对你跟妈妈照一张，干嘛去？
Una hostilla por la mañana, a las 6 de la mañana. Soy inglés, tengo 20 años, soy guapo. Esa mierda que tienes que quitar. Por eso ¿tú piensas como tú estás ahora o Lamborghini, Ferrari como tú estás ahora?
over. 5:30. Well, back for another day. Sat on the beach because I'm too knackered to do anything else. But anyway, so so why is it that I've chosen an apartment? Well, in a hotel there's usually a maid that wakes you up at like 9 o'clock in the morning, says get out of bed now, you know, barges into your room, get out of bed now, I want to change the sheets. And you know, how many times do you change your sheets? So maybe once a month. You know, you don't need somebody coming in every day. Oh no, I need to clean the bathroom, and you know, give over, you know, leave me alone, I'm on holiday. So that's number one. Number two, you have to get down for your breakfast before 10 o'clock, otherwise it's shut, and I usually get up about 11. So that's number two. And you're not allowed people into your room, you're not allowed to eat anything, you're not allowed to drink anything, you're not allowed to do anything. So with an apartment we've got, you know, fridge, freezer, cooker, microwave, washing machine, dryer, everything you can imagine, and you can do what you want, you can have anybody here you want, you can drink and smoke whenever you want. It's warm, it's got a heater, it's got air conditioning. You know, in a hotel there's no entertainment whatsoever, but here there's TVs and Wi-Fi and stuff like that, so I don't think I'm ever going to go back to a hotel. This apartment was only 45 quid a night because it's off season, so that's dirt cheap. And just got back. I can't believe how many birds there are around here. I've seen pigeons and seagulls, but I've also been watching a cormorant fishing in the ocean, a cormorant, for most of the afternoon. I've seen little wrens and all kinds of birds, maybe 10 different birds. A big crane stood on a rock, craning for food. All kinds of stuff. At least 10 different types. I can't believe how much wildlife there is in a big city like this. But yeah, hotels, I'm not a big fan anymore. And when I walked into one the other day asking for help, they didn't help me. So what can you do? What can you do? Not a lot. So, now my hearing aids, 2,000 quid they cost me, 2,000 quid. But they work. That's the main thing.
跳舞。
So on this trip, virtually everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And for somebody with depression and severe anxiety, you might think that going on holiday on your own is the very last thing that you should do. And having done so, I quite agree. So I was packing for this holiday maybe a month ago and getting ready, the laptop and things like that. And then the day before I set off, I put the hard drive back into the laptop and it says, "Oh dear, your hard drive's corrupted." And then it just got rid of everything that I put on there over the last month, and then it corrupted the trash can, so I couldn't recover any of it. And the only thing that was left was the files that was on there before. So I had to do the whole thing again, which means I couldn't copy the files onto my hard drive that I needed to use whilst I was away, because they all got deleted because of this stupid hard drive and permissions errors. So I'd set the permissions up on every single directory and copy it directory after directory. I've got my Amiga stuff on there and some video editing stuff, at least enough for me to edit videos whilst I'm using the laptop. But it is very slow, and doing that takes ages. And then I got to the airport, and it said, "Oh, by the way, your flight's been delayed by 2.5 hours." So I sat in the airport for 4.5 hours using their Wi-Fi, trying to contact the person who owns the flat to say I'd be 2.5 hours late, they didn't get it, so they were waiting in the airport for an extra 2.5 hours for me. Because I didn't have my phone, I couldn't contact them. And then finally got here. It's supposed to be an afternoon flight, but it's supposed to arrive in Benidorm at 6:30. And by the time I arrived here, it was 11:10. So on the first day, I had to write it off completely. And just, eat half a bowl of rice and go to bed. So that didn't go very well. And then the next day I was ill and spent all day in bed. Spent 8 hours asleep and got up for an hour or so, did some stuff and went back to sleep again. So out of my 12-day holiday, and the last day I'm going to be travelling back, so that's a complete write-off. So it's actually 9 days that I actually get after all that. And you might say, why become a knowledge just to work on the Lemon Amiga Playguide videos on your laptop? Why have you spent almost £1,000 to do that? It's like, well, if it's raining, I don't have to go anywhere. And if it's sunny, I'm not really bothered about walking anywhere because I'm knackered after walking after 10 minutes anyway. So, I used to be fit, but I'm not anymore. And hobbling around with a stick means it's not much fun going out looking at the same tat shops and, it's a bit like Blackpool. And when it's raining, it's kind of Blackpool, only slightly less grotty. So, it's basically a time for people that want to party, and because I don't drink, you might argue, well, there's no point coming near them, but it's familiar, it's easy to navigate around, I know the place inside out, so I've even done a video game about it, so I know where I am, it's safe, and I just thought I'd come here for a break. Unfortunately, because of everything going wrong, literally everything going on, including the battery on this camera, which looks like it's about to go at any second. Okay, so we'll try again. I'm having to bend down this time because that's the way I've got this thing going on. So, suffering from anxiety, obviously my stomach's been going like a washing machine for the last month. And when I got here yesterday, I couldn't eat anything because I was so anxious. I just ended up going to bed. So this is probably going to be the final Waffle video, and I guess out of doing all these videos, these Waffle videos are probably the most interesting for me. Definitely watching them back. So you can see my hair is now grown since I was in Hungary a couple of months ago. We're now in October and I had it done in April, so May, June, July, August, September, October, about 6 months ago. So that's what it looks like in 6 months. Fantastic, worth every penny. That's the only, that's the only thing that hasn't gone wrong in my life so far. So anyway, I could go into details about all kinds of other stuff. But why the Playguides are coming to an end. So there's various reasons for that. So before, in years gone by, I managed to edit Playguides pretty quickly and pretty easily, 48 of them a year, and then it went down to 24, and now I'm struggling to get any of them done. I can only work for an hour before my mind goes out the window, so, and it becomes intolerable. So it can take me, like Viral Cop for example, if it's an hour and 20 minutes, so every 10 minutes of that, so 60, 70, 80 minutes. So it took taking me 8 hours to edit that video, just the narration, an hour a day. So it's taking me 8 days just to edit the narration, and I'm about halfway through it. So when you're taking 8 days to edit the narration, and then another few days to do that, and it just takes forever. And this series, I tried to upload some videos, and YouTube just didn't want to work. It just kicked them all out and said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I rendered them again, it still didn't work. I rendered them again, tried different frames per second, tried different size of image, different quality, different packaging, AVI, MP4, all the rest of it. None of them worked. The video was either stuttery, or it stopped, or it cut the end off of it, or the audio wasn't in sync, or the picture was broken. And finally, after messing around with that for 3 weeks, I managed to get one video uploaded onto YouTube, and that was the video that you saw a few weeks ago. That was Heart of China. So it's been a struggle. It's been a monumental struggle to get these videos online. I've managed to get 12 of them done out of the 14 that I wanted to do before this holiday, and I'm still editing videos whilst I'm on holiday, otherwise I'm not going to get them finished in time before the end of this year. But it's not going to be. I just thought it'd be a nice change of scenery, but I'm so anxious about everything. I even managed to lock myself out of the flat yesterday and was stuck outside of the flat for half an hour thinking I haven't got my phone so I can't call for help. Anyway, finally I managed to get myself in. Everything's gone wrong, everything. And that's just the story of my life, basically from day one, so, to be honest. So, that's probably why I'm such a wreck. So, that's one reason why I'm stopping the videos. Another reason is, I've already covered the ones that I wanted to cover. All the biggest and best games in the world. All the best Amiga games. And I've even replaced a few this season that weren't up to par, so I've replaced Mean Arenas with Viral Cop, which is a good game. It's at least a B game, and Mean Arenas isn't. So I got rid of that, and Revenge of the Mutant Camels as well. I've got rid of that, and I've replaced that with X Out, or Cross Out, as it says in the game itself, which is another B game, or it's bordering on an A game, but it's not quite. So, and that's a lot better than the PD Revenge, which I'll be showing next year instead. So, next year I'm going to release the backers videos, close down the Patreon, which is another, I wouldn't say it's a grind, it's just having time to remember to type things into Patreon, post the newsletters and stuff like that. And other channels have got like hundreds of Patreon members, some of them got thousands, and I've got maybe 12. Some of them unsubscribed this year, so I think I've got 12, and out of them I get maybe 26 quid a month, but I also subscribe and pay money to other Patreon members, so out of that I only get maybe 20 quid of it. So, if I had a big following, I'd say, oh well, I can't give up now, I've got a massive following, but I haven't. If my views got, 1,000 views each, then I'd say, oh, at least it's popular, I can carry on, but they don't. So, out of the billions of people on this planet, 300 people think they're alright. If I got 100 comments per video, I might think, oh well, at least it's popular, but I don't. And if I had like thousands of likes and stuff. But 10% of people that watch the videos will like them, that's just the standard. So if you get 1,000 people watching the video, 100 likes. So basically 100 people watched my video the other day and I got 10 likes. So there you go, 10%. It's just par for the course. If you get less than 10%, then your video's rubbish, and if you get more than 10% likes, then it's good. And if it's 10%, then it's not good or bad, it's just alright. So that's what my videos are, alright. And it takes me the best part of a year to record them, and edit them, and narrate them, and edit the narrations, post-edit them, and get all the scores and everything else going. So it takes me a year to do this stuff. And because this is my final season, I put on there, can you send me some support? And one guy wrote something, I can't remember what it was, sad to see the Playguide go. So it's a niche on a niche on a niche market, and it's diminishing returns every year. From the tens of thousands that used to watch my videos, it's not really proving economical to do that, and it's a massive strain and a drain on my time, and I'm exhausted and knackered. I can only manage an hour at a time, so rather than put myself through that every year, reluctantly I decided to say, well, rather than cobble together a few more games, I just thought, well, let's bow out whilst the going's still good. You know, not bow out at the top, but bow out while there's at least some people still watching this stuff. And I've got maybe 12 people that, you know, are really into it. That's the status quo. I think I've definitely done enough videos in my lifetime. Some hopeful, helpful Playguide videos to help people if I were to get stuck on games like Deuteros, which definitely needed a Playguide, and I don't know, Settler's Tips and First Samurai, complete that, whatever. You know, if people want to find out how to play these games, Warhead, you know, some of my favourite reviews, Robocard, stuff like that. Well, they're up there now. People can look at them. You know, Carrier Command and all the rest of it. They're now there. They're up there. So I don't have to do them again. I've done them. So basically, I'm coming up to 50 now. My mum's about 75, and in an old folks' home, she can't move anywhere. She can't do anything. It hasn't got an ensuite bathroom, it hasn't got anything, it's just a single room with a TV in it and a chair and a bed. It's grotty, it's miserable, it's freezing half the time because the windows are open, and it's boiling the other half of the time because you can't adjust the heating, because the people that are near the boiler room get all the heat, and the people that are far away from the boiler room don't get any heat in the radiators whatsoever. The food's terrible, it stinks, you can't even, you know, change your stomach just to smell it. So she's not eating much, she's got an iron deficiency, she hates, you know, how they boil all the vegetables down so they taste horrible. And for that she's paying 700 quid a week. Not a month, a week. She's paying this holiday a week. So, and that's for the cheapest, grottiest, council-run old folks home you can imagine. And they don't, you know, she's paying all that for heat and light and food, and what do they give her? Fish fingers. You know? Stew. They just make a massive pot of stew and they feed everybody with it. The lowest, you know, possible, you know, she's not eating quiche and vol au vent, she's eating the cheapest, crappiest food imaginable for 700 quid a week. And in 25 years I'm going to be there, paying the same amount of money for the same terrible service. You know, they come in and say, how are you doing? You know, how are you doing this? Every hour they come in, how are you doing? And she's saying, I'm bored out of my brains, I'm sick of watching TV, I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything, I can't even go to the toilet on my own, I hate it here, I hate it, I hate it. Every hour they come in, how are you doing? Same. How are you doing? Same. All day long, every day. She's been stuck in there for 5 years now. How are you doing? I hate it, I hate being in here. So she's reminded every hour what a shithole it is. And I'm going to be there in 25 years. Or less. Maybe 20 now. Time's ticking down. And I've spent 14 years doing these Playguides. And I know if I keep my head down for another 10 years, I'll wake up when, you know, coming up to 60, still doing it, and just spent my life just doing these Playguides. Is that all my life is? Just to get up and, you know, serve the community and go to bed again? Is this my entire life? Working on a computer? Living to work? Working to live? No. Well, it has been so far. And because I'm no longer able to work because of this, that and the other, physically, mentally, emotionally, or whatever, everything goes wrong when I do try and work, you know. I tried to set up the laptop yesterday and spent all day fiddling around with it, and the mouse didn't work. So I bought a new mouse, I plugged it in, it worked for half an hour and then it stopped working again. So that was €10 down the drain. And I had to go through drivers and look in the internet, why is it not working, why is it not recognising the mouse, you know, deleting software drivers and stuff. And then I plugged the old mouse in and finally the old mouse works, so I managed to use the brand new mouse for half an hour. It's difficult to find the motivation to eat these days. It's difficult to find the motivation to do anything. And I don't have any friends, nobody really likes me. And I can talk for hours about Amigas and Duran and Formula 1, but that's it. So that's what I spend my life doing. Amigas, Duran, Formula 1. And I will be watching the Formula 1 today, but because I can't log into many accounts, I can't prove that I am, I can't log into this and that and the other, I can't. So I'm not sure whether I can even do that. And I need to go out shopping and I'm knackered, hobbling around with a stick, I'm too hot, I'm too cold, I'm sweating at night and I'm boiling. You know, trying to get winks of sleep. I haven't got my phone, so I haven't got an alarm clock, I don't know what time it is. Everything in my life's all gone wrong from day one, you know. Oh, surely it can't be that bad, you know, when you were growing up it were alright. Well, no. You know, were you bullied growing up? Yes. Were you shouted at and hit on the back of the head constantly? Yes. Did you have father figures that went to prison? Yes. You know, were you bullied at school? Yes. Were you unconfident at school? Yes. So, I'm sick of things going wrong, but things do go wrong, and that just gives me even more anxiety, so that I can't function. It's getting to the point where it's not fun anymore doing this stuff. Luckily, I've got into creating my own games now on Can Do. It's definitely something that I always wanted to do. And it took me ages to get into it. Years and years and years to pluck up the courage to get into it. I can't do Blitz Basic, it just goes over my head. I certainly can't do Machine Code or anything like that. I finally got into it last year, and as soon as I broke into it and started, you know, messing around with my own programs, it was like a breath of fresh air. It's like, right, finally, I can do whatever I want with this screen now. It doesn't have to be somebody else's game, it can be my game. And the very first game I created on that, in fact the only game so far I've completed on that, is Holiday, about holiday in Benidorm, which is where I am now. So ironically, I'm now here again. I'm not thinking about expanding the game Holiday, even though I could do, because everywhere is off the main drag. Even this place, you know, if I did this street from the shopping precinct all the way up here to this place, you know, nobody'd click on it because it's off the main drag, and I'd also have to put the bars in, I'd have to put the shops in, something like that, I'd have to put the filters in, and there's no point coming up here unless it's part of a quest, and you wouldn't know that this area exists because it's off the main drag. So I'm not thinking about expanding the Holiday game, plus all of the photos are taken off my phone and I haven't brought it, so I can't really. So I'm not thinking about expanding the game, but that's, you know, I'm now spending a couple of hours a day or however, you know, I might spend 20 minutes on it, break off for an hour, sleep, come back, spend another half an hour, break off. So at least that's interesting. I mean, it's still all going wrong. I still spend all my time fixing the bugs on it and the things breaking down. But at least it's a change, and it's a change from the video editing and the narration and the constant work. So instead of doing these, I thought, well, why don't I just make a game instead? You know, I've done a Monkey Island kind of a game where I've ripped off the graphics. You know, I've done all kinds of other games. I might as well just do that instead. So that's what I'm planning on doing for the next 20 years, and just do that instead. So it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop the Playguides completely, because I'm still running the Amiga Super League on the EAB and on Lemon Amiga. You see, I saw me smiling there, almost a laugh. You'll never hear me laughing, but almost. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm running the Super League on EAB and Lemon, and I've also helped out running the Super League on Lemon 64 recently, because the guy went AWOL, so I set up a new deputy moderator and I set that up recently. So I'm still running the Super League, so I'm still playing the games. So if there's ever a game that I've never played before and I get really far in it, then I might record the footage and a play guide on it. Not that there's that many games that I haven't played, but if we ever, you know, play Armageddon or something like that, or, you know, something that's really desperate for a play guide, I will record it and do the voiceover and whatever. So I might just be releasing like 6 every year, 4 or 3 or whatever, instead of 24, and that just means it's a lot easier. God, it's a lot easier. So never say never, but I have abandoned the Lemon 64 YouTube channel because I couldn't cope with it, doing that and the Amiga side at the same time. Plus I've covered all the Commodore 64 games I ever wanted to cover, at least most of them, apart from Pedro and Zulu and other games that I used to play, which aren't that good, to be honest. But I've covered the ones that I wanted to cover, like A View to a Kill, that definitely needed a play guide. So that's now abandoned. So that's that. So yeah, next year I'm just going to release the backers videos, which there are tons, at least 20 of them. So I'll just release them instead. It's got my life story on there, or at least a massively cut down version of my life story as regards the Amiga. There's nothing in there as far as my spiritual side. There's nothing in there as far as my mental and emotional side, or my work side, or, you know, a friendship side or a marriage side or anything like that. There's no history in there about me. It's just my history with the Amiga, and it's still about 4 hours long just talking about my history with the Amiga. So and right now I'm actually wearing my Amiga Quantum Leap t-shirt. If anybody remembers that. Let's have a look. And I'll probably be changing it tomorrow, so I can't actually show you again. Look at that. Amiga, the Quantum Leap. Put your hands up if you remember the Amiga Quantum Leap project. Put your hands up. A few. So a few people remember. If you haven't seen it already, check it out. Part 1 was meant to be released again this year, a revamped 4K version, but unfortunately, even though I've rendered it off about 8 times now, and I've uploaded it at least another 4, it wasn't right, it went wrong, so I had to delete it. So I'll be uploading it again. The old version, part 1, is still online, but the well, it's not an updated version, it's just a fixed version of part 1 with all the bugs fixed in there. I've been working on it since perhaps 2018, and I tried to get it redone in 2021, and then I worked on it again 2024 trying to fix it, and we're now at the end of 2024. It's still not right, and it's still not online, it's still not uploading. So I've been working on part 1, just trying to fix the bugs in it, and it's still not ready. So if you saw my Amiga Bill interview, we spoke about that months ago, and it's still not ready, but I'm wearing the t-shirt. So people, check out Amiga the Quantum Leap documentary on YouTube. So anyway, the next thing that went wrong is I left my phone on my dining room table at home by mistake, because the taxi rang me to say it had arrived, and I answered it and said, yeah, that's fine, put it on the table, and forgot to bring it out with me. So I can't log on to my emails because I need the phone for verification. I can't log on to YouTube because it says, sorry, you're using your Gmail account and you need your phone for verification. I'm locked out of everything because I don't have my phone with me. I can't contact anybody, I don't have, I can't access my emails, I can't access my contacts, I can't call the taxi up when I leave, I can't contact the owner of this place if there's any emergencies. And I couldn't do anything without my phone, and I forgot it. So I'm locked out of all of my, because of this two-way verification system that's on YouTube. What happens if you lose your phone? What happens if you drop it? What happens if you change your number? What happens if it's stolen? Then you're locked out of your YouTube account and you can't get in there because it says, oh, I'm sending a verification code to the old number which no longer applies. So I'd recommend everybody turn off two-step verification on YouTube immediately in case you lose your phone. Otherwise you'll be locked out of your account and there's no two ways to get it back. There's no. I mean, if they said, what's your name of your first dog? What was the name of your first school? When was, what's your favourite Christmas present? Actual questions. But because they expect you to have your phone on you constantly to prove who you are, as if that's any kind of identification, because anybody could have your phone, look at your email on it, sign into your email, it says, oh, I'm sending a verification to your phone, beep beep, and the guy that stole your phone just puts that in and accesses your email. If it was a private question, then they wouldn't be able to. So the two-step verification now means I can't get into anything. I can access Lemon Amiga, but I can't really update any of the scores. I can't access any of the back end, and I'm basically locked out of this system. And I can only contact the person who owns the flat through the holiday bookings thing. I'm just trying to remember what it's called. Where did I book with? Holiday lettings. Right, I've just got back from a full day of going around doing nothing. Basically, I've been looking for a way to contact my friend. This is just a t-shirt, by the way. So, the problem is, I need to contact a friend urgently for him to sort something out back at my house. He's got my keys, so he can let himself in. But I don't know his number, and I don't know his email. So I'm stuck. So what I decided to do was go around Benidorm looking for a public phone. And there are no public phones. They've got rid of them all, every single one of them. I've looked all over Benidorm and there isn't one public phone anywhere. So I went into the tourist information shop and they drew me a map and the phone wasn't there. They've got rid of it. I asked somebody on the beach whether I could borrow their phone and they said no. They'd no credit. I asked somebody in the mobile phone shop and they said no, they can't help me. I asked somebody in another shop and they said no, they can't help me. I walked into a hotel and asked them and they said no, they can't help me. Try an internet shop. As if an internet shop's going to have a phone in it. It's an internet shop. You know, all they've got is computers that you can access to get online. And I can't access my email because it says please enter your verification from your phone. Well, I haven't got a phone. I've left it at all. So I can't get into my email to get to my contacts so I can email the guy. So I had an idea. What about if I contact another friend who knows my friend? Alright, so I managed to find his mobile number online. But I can't contact that mobile number because I haven't got a phone. So I looked online for his web address in case it had his email on there. I found his web address, but it doesn't exist anymore. So I went to Wayback Machine. Sorry, this website has not been archived. So I don't know my other friend's email to email, and I don't know my first friend's email either, because all my contact details are on my phone and also on my usual email, which I can't access because I haven't got a phone to verify who I am. So after wandering around all day, I had a brainwave. I've got a laptop. I've brought my laptop with me. If I can get a USB microphone, I can simply call him online. So I sorted all that out. I tried to use Skype and it says please verify your identity with your phone. So I thought alright, I'll just make a new Skype account. So I did that. And it says please put some credit onto your Skype account. How do you want to pay? I said PayPal. They said please enter your phone number so we can verify who you are, so we can send you a verification code. I don't have a phone. So I created a new account. So I put my bank details in instead. All of the bank details. Sorry, your bank card has been protected from unauthorised use. So I can't put any credit on the Skype. And I can't access my new Skype account and put credit on there. Terrific. So no matter what I do, I can't get into any of my accounts. I can't get into Skype. I can't use my card. I can't do anything. So that's basically it. I've tried everything. Online telephony services, please put your details in. Please put your phone number in so we can verify who you are. I don't have a phone. So I can't use an online telephony service to contact my other friend, to contact my friend, to get in touch with him. And so the other option is to stand around on the street and hang around in pubs saying, can I borrow your phone? That's going to go down well. I'm not going to be able to hear them because of the music blaring out of every pub in Benidorm. I can't hear them. And I don't really want to ask perfect strangers, can I borrow your phone? Because I've tried that already. And it takes a lot of guts to walk up to a perfect stranger and say, can I borrow your phone? So I can't use a phone. And I can't use any payment details, and I can't call them online either. And I'm locked out of all my accounts. So I can't. So no matter what I do, I can't. I'm locked out of everything. So imagine if somebody stole your phone, or you lost it, or you dropped it and it broke, or you dropped it in some water and it broke, or you left it on the bus somewhere, or for whatever reason you can't access your phone, it doesn't work anymore. Then you're locked out of every single account that you've ever got, because every single account relies on the phone. So I can't contact anybody, which is ridiculous. So the moral of the story is, whatever you do, turn off two-step verification on your email, so it's not nagging you all the time for phones, and then you can access your email wherever you are in the world. If you don't, then you're going to be stuck if you lose your phone. You can't access anything, you can't access anybody, all your accounts are locked, email, phone, Skype, all your accounts online, everything. You can't get to them. You can't even use your bank card without your phone. So I can't do anything. I literally cannot do anything to contact anybody using any means known to mankind, simply because I don't have a phone. And if somebody does steal your phone, how are you supposed to, you've lost your number. You could get a new phone with a new number, and you sign into your old email and it says put in your old number so I can verify your account. But you don't have your old number. So if anything happens to your phone at all, for any reason, you are absolutely knackered, screwed. For whatever reason, everything's tied to your phone. Imagine if there was an electromagnetic pulse that, wiped out telephony services. Then you can't access anything on the internet anymore. Well, most things anyway, that require phone verification. You can't buy anything online. You can't do anything without the phone. And the phone's 2,000 miles away in England, so I've had a completely wasted day, wandering around, trying to sort out this issue, talking to everybody, not getting anywhere with it. So the only way I can contact my friend is to go home and ring him at home and find out, but it's already too late. So I can't contact anybody. Nobody else has got a spare set of keys to let themselves in. And I don't know any phone numbers, and I don't know any emails. So I'm completely locked out of everything. And it's completely done my head in. So I've tried everything that I can think of, and I haven't managed to get anywhere with it. And I really cannot think of any other way to do it, or to get myself out of this situation. Imagine if you were stuck in the airport and you've lost your phone and you need to, ring somebody up. Can you pick me up from the airport? Sorry, can't do that. Which is precisely what I need to do, because the taxi guy said, just text me on your phone when you get back and I'll pick you up. But I can't text him on the phone. I've got the number. I could ring him up, but I can't do that because I can't access any phones or any telephony services. And I don't know the email of the taxi firm to contact them online, if they've got an email, which they might not have. And I don't know the name of the taxi firm, so I can look them up online. So what are you supposed to do? I might be stuck in the airport waiting for the taxi to arrive for 2 hours, not being able to text them and let them know that I've arrived. I can't book another taxi because I haven't got enough money. So what are you supposed to do? You can't do anything. So phones are basically a security risk. So here we are again, it's the next day, and I would be spending the day today by the pool, having become completely knackered of walking around this place. But I can't because the pool area is locked. And all the doors are locked because even though there's a guy cleaning the pool, you can't actually get in there. Even though this pool is supposed to be open to residents of this entire complex, you can't get in. So the guy's cleaning the pool basically for nothing. But those are the rules. And the rules state that you can see things from a distance, but you can't interact with them. I certainly can't put a bed over there and sit out in the sun, because they say you can't. So instead, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do it all on the floor. So let's get my water. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has ever watched my channel and watched my videos on YouTube and left comments and appreciated what I've done over the years. Thanks everybody. This is basically the end of the video, so if you've enjoyed it, like and leave a comment. So this is the time to switch off.